We are live. Good day and welcome. I hope you'll excuse me. See that there's a bit of a bitrate issue on the sound. If you have any issues, please let me know. I'm going to see if I can see the sample rate is. I don't know where to set this setting. I apologize, this is not why you signed up. So let's kill that idea. Dum, 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 dum. Okay, I have no fucking clue where to set audio settings. I do apologize again and again and again and again. Output mode, streaming, recording. Okay, so let's go to output mode, video bitrate, recording, output mode, simple, fine, advanced, go to presets. It doesn't look the same. Audio bitrate 128. Apply. Okay. Let's see. 2 minutes in and nothing. How is that? Excellent connection. Okay, well, this thing says that it's fine. Cool. Let's start officially. Okay, so the last time we were here, we actually got stuck on the NgRx-data not being I couldn't get it actually figured out what exactly I was missing. So for this video, or for this live stream, I actually went and worked a bit on it, and I did solve it, but I thought that it might be a good idea to show you exactly how I went through it, because I will struggle with this again. And then as soon as I get to a point where it's all golden, we'll commit, do a pull request, and we are done. Okay, so another thing that I saw that actually helped me was me flicking and look over to the video screen every time. No, I'm kidding. Another thing that helped me was actually looking at the screen for the unit tests that we're running. So this can be very informative, and I suggest we start here. So the first thing that I want to look at is this budget service get by key is not a function. So if we go to load active budget on the budget view component, let's have a look. Okay, so let's roll this open a bit. Let's budget view component, and we say that there's no get by key on the service. Load active budget, and there you can see there's the call. Now if we go back to the component spec and we close these providers, we will actually see something where it says get active budget. That's not something that we're going to use right now. So what we're going to do is we're just going to say get by key, so that it's another object or another method that's already spied on with create spy object. Cool. So let's change this. I'm gonna just change it and see what we get. Save that, and then we open this one again. Oh, unit tests. I enjoy them. I really like the whole test-driven development thing, but sometimes it doesn't really work, or there's other requirements, and speed is always a thing. And I am wholly embracing it. That's why I think it's very important for us to do. So let's have a look-see. It still failed, but this time it didn't say the budget view get by, or the budget service get by key error. This is now, pardon me, a different error. Let's have a look. Let me just do one thing. Let's see if I record alongside my stream. Maybe I can tweak stuff a bit, make it more friendly. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is change this to get with query, which is the error that we got there. So this service, mark that. Oh, I'm always touching my face. And I know you like to look at my pretty face. Not really. I need to stop looking. Oh, that's gone. No more. Okay, so let's have a look. Now it's cannot read properly subscribe of undefined load categories. So if we go to, let's close these. We're not working on them right now. What's that method called? Load categories. So if we go to load categories, the implementation, we can say get with query actually returns an observable. So to fix that, we would then say category service stub dot the method dot and dot return value, and we say of an array because it's getting back categories. So we're returning an empty one just to see if we can get past that failure. It is like 6 million degrees tonight. Don't know why. Like, so bad. Okay, so now we get cannot read property batch create transaction. But that's on the transaction service. So I do want to focus on getting the budget service done, because if we do that, we might get a solution for the transaction service one as well. Well, we will, because like I said, I did this before. Let's have a look. I'm going to close this, just drag it a little bit smaller, and then we see that there's, for the budget service, there's no entity collection thing, which is fine, because then what we need to do is the following. Change that, change that. This is, oh no, this is the budget. Okay, we actually want to go to this one. Budget service, entity collection service elements factory. Entity collection service elements factory. So we need to mock that and get that injected. So what I like to do is the following. We will be creating a entity collection service elements factory stub or spy or mark. Entity collection services elements factory mark. Service elements factory mark. XF mark. Here in South Africa, they were translated very nicely to XE. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go down, just collapse these, and because it's a new one, I add it just before we do the configuring of the testing module. So we say jasmine.createSpy object. Nice little feature from TypeScript. Then we say element. Is it element or elements? It's drilling into my mind. It's entity collection services element. So this is entity. Let's do this. Oh. Entity service. No. Collection service elements factory. And I know that there's a create method that's being called. Okay, and then we actually need to inject it into our testing module. So we say provide the entity collection service elements factory, and we say use the mock value, which is def mock, and we say save. We're down to 32. That's a good way to look at it. More wins, more wins. So one thing I've noticed with unit testing on this specific project is that it actually gets a bit weirdy with this uncalled range error. So all I actually just need to do is just hit refresh on the browser that it's connected to, and that should resolve the issue. As you can see, it's running now. Okay, almost there. Then we get this. Budget service should have get active budget method, which I disagree with because we don't use it anymore. So we'll change that unit test shortly. But what I want to show you is this dispatcher property of undefined null. So what I did is I actually went to look at the source code, and if you look at the source code, this create method actually returns a entity collection service elements base. Yeah. Yes, base mock, which is jasmine.cso. Where is it? So we create the entity collection service element. Or is it service base? So we'll see now. So what we do is we hit that fix, but no. Don't want to change the spelling. I want xseb mock be there, that one there, and we don't create an object. We don't have any spy element on there, or that we know, so it's a no op function. Then we say x. No, I apologize. This is not the way that I want to do this. Except mock is actually an object that we're going to return on, and we say get by key, which is a method, and we're going to say dispatcher, which is just an object, and we're going to say selector, which is an array. So let me show you where I get this from. Just quickly find it. And obviously I won't be able to. Okay. So what we can do is the following. Yes. So like I said, I actually went and looked at the source code for entity or NgRx. So if we go to NgRx-Data, that's fine. Go to advanced or architecture, and we go to service. And this factory, you see there, that thing there, it actually says that it returns a service base class. So I went and I looked at the base class, and here you can see that it has dispatcher and selectors, and they have selectors with that one. But then also, if you actually look at the source code, maybe that's not a bad idea to quickly jump to the source itself. Is there a quick link to this? Yes, there's always a quick link. Just know where to look, yeah? There we go. GitHub. and that's the main one, which is not what we want. So we say NgRx, go to NgRx-Data. Where is NgRx-Data? It's supposed to be part of the system. Huh? Platform? Projects? Nope. Tools? Nope. And we have nothing. Then we do this. NgRx-Data. Not in this repo. That's the schematic. That might be actually something that I want to have a look at as well. Using and working with schematics. So I went to John Popper's source library and I actually looked at, is it the app? I went to look at not this. So let's go back. Is it the lib? Source. Getting there. This is the right ray. Here we go. This is what we were looking for. So if we look at this, just increase that size there. You can see that read only. Okay, it implements class and it implements the entity collection service interface, which is awesome. But if you look here, this dispatcher is being used by this, and then selectors are being used by, or collections are being used by selectors, count by selectors, entry selectors. Everything is from selectors on this section, and everything is basically derived from dispatcher in these ones. So when you think about it, the best way to mark that would be to put this. So even if I actually just change that to that, and then what we do is we say xf mark, oh my soul, dot create dot and dot turn value, and we say xsib mark, and we save. Let's see. Now I do hope that this is right. I do think that it is, but you know, always looking. It should be. So let's have a look. What does this thing say? Oh, that looks promising. Not so many failing tests over there. Let's have a look. Oh, we're on 24. We were on 32. Okay. Nice. Okay, cool. So the next thing that I want to do is just take a quick sip of coffee. Okay. So the next thing we want to do is not look at this, because this is still the same thing, but here we're getting a different error, so we're gonna focus on that one. Here we go, and we say you have been called budget view component should load the categories for the active budget. Budget view component should load categories for the active budget. And that is not correct, because get categories is not there anymore. It is actually get with query. And if we look at the component and we say, we can see that it actually calls with something different. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy that, and we're going to paste that, and we're going to change this to 67890. And we expect that the category stub get with query method to have been called with this object. Let's save. You guys can't hear me, or there's some other audio issue, please forgive me. Let me go. Yeah. Okay, we're not on 24, which is a good thing. And first one is gone. Cool. So now you see there's only one left. So let's fix that one. Hopefully we get a complete section done once again. Sounds like a plan? Let's. Get active budget to have been called, but get active budget I don't think exists in this. So if I get active budget is not here anymore. So that's fine. What we're gonna say then is get by key to have been called. See if that solves that issue. We're on 23. We're running. Boom. You can already see that it fixed it with, if we look at that, there's nothing there anymore. All good. Next. We go to home component. Should call the accounts for the user. Let's close that, everything, and then we say home component, and we open that one, and we say home component, and we move it. Oh no, that's not enough space. Let's kill that. I'll open it just now. Just a moment. Let's have a look. It says that. I'm gonna collapse that. Then I'm gonna expected a spy but got undefined. Home component should call the accounts for the user. The parent should call the accounts for the user. Let's see. So, as we know, we've changed, I think in the first or second video or live stream, we actually changed this service to not use get accounts anymore, but rather get all. And let's confirm that, because you know me, I always talk before I think. Then we go to, yep, yeah, see, get accounts is not even on the service anymore. And if we go to the home component itself, we will see nothing. Because I think we moved it. Let's see where. Oh, it's still there. But this time it's get all. So what we do then is we just say, where's it? Here we go. We change that to get all. They have been called. And get all on NgRx-Data does not have any parameters, so we're going to kill get called with. We just want to confirm that it has been called. And I think I just might have done the range error again because I saved while it was still building. Let's have a look. Yep, uncaught range error. Let's refresh. So quick. That's not right. Refresh once again. Refresh once again. One of the comments that I received was that I need to work on my presentation. Talk just half a beat slower and pronunciate my words better. So I'll send that person my links again and get their feedback again. But please feel free to say, slow the hell down, man. Okay. So, account data service should be created. Account data service. Where? Let's just double check. Account data service should be created. So, this is misleading. One thing that I found is this null injector, static injector, dynamic test module can be, these things can be very misleading and not the funnest stuff to try and figure out. So what I'm gonna try and do is see if we can get to the point where we're checking that we're checking the test. So I think it was store entity. Yes, this is the one. Account data service should be created, and that's because if we look at the service, we can see that we've injected stuff. We've got Angular Firestore, we've got an HTTP client, URL generator, logger, and user service. So what I'm gonna do is what I do every day. Configure testing module. Configure testing. Okay, so we're gonna go with providers. Okay, that's fine. So open up that one, and we open up that one, and we say for this module we want to use the following providers, and we're gonna say that we're gonna provide, gonna strip that out that side so I can get a nice side-by-side view, and let's see what I can do. So we're gonna say provide Angular Firestore, but we're gonna say use value Angular Firestore mark, and because we said that, we need to do the following: let AFS mark, then we say let HTTP mark, we say let HTTP gen mark, let logger mark, let user mark. Okay, cool. Why is this? Yeah, I'm still busy complaining about stuff that's not needing to be complained about. Memory assigned. I knew. We're working on it. Okay. So is this the right way to test a service? How come I think it's not? So let's have a look. Angular testing. And this is the reality for me. Even though I've been coding for quite some time and I've worked on a lot of things, I'm reading the documentation day in, day out, confirming that what I'm about to do is the right way to do it. So here we have the master service, new master service, new value service. I was this close to going the wrong way, so we'll almost probably go this route where we will be using the Jasmine create spy object. And let's see what we get with. Yeah, I was almost getting to this little bit where the providers, where we use the dividers, and then should use, this is another way that I am aware of testing it, and that's why I like double check my work. Yeah, there we go. This is what I was going for. Oh. The test bed is the most important of the Angular testing utilities. The test bed creates a dynamically constructed Angular test module and emulates Angular ng module. So I'm gonna use this. We can, of course, just create the stub. Like this, and open up a new master service and get that tested. So just to get it up and running and make it function, let's go in and mock away. Mock service testbed get account service. That should function there. So what we're going to do is we're going to say fs mock equals jasmine.create service file object angular file store, and a method that we know is on there is collection. Right? Like the document, put that side. Looks good. Okay, sweet. Now I know there's a couple of others that I need to do, but I want to see if we're on the right track. So I create my first mock, add that to the test bed. I'm going to use the test bed way because that's the way the service is initially created, or the initial test for a service is scaffolded as such. And I think we are 21 failed. Checking. Cool. So it's not Angular Firestore anymore, which is a good thing. It's still the account data service, but now it's waiting for the next one. So now we know that the way we are approaching the solved problem is the way that it should be working. So what we're going to do is we're going to say http mark equals jasmine.create by object. And say http client. And we're going to say no op, because I don't see any operations for it, but I think we can actually just say get, because we know get is normally a 1. Then we say http genmark, which I have no clue what it does. It is something that seemingly comes from URL generator, and that is injected from NgRx-Data. So if we do want to mark it or not fail miserably at this, is we will need to go and URL generator, just say no op, URL generator. That's sweet. And then we go logger mark equals jasmine dot create by object logger. I think there's a logger method that's being used somewhere. Yes, logger.log, and then we just say log, save that, and then the last one is the and the last one is the user service. Thank you for giving me the heads up on that one. So we will be saying it's user mark, and we equal that to user service, and there we have the get profile method, which returns an observable. Okay, now that we've created all the mocks, all the Jasmine Spy objects, we can now go and add them to the provider section. So let's do that. Provide HTTP client. And that one is wrong. I'll show you now what normally happens there. It is HTTP mock that we want to use. So I don't know why, but always, wow, I did it correct. More often than not, it actually imports from the Selenium WebDriver than the actual Angular common or HTTP. So that's cool. Then the next one that we want to work on is provide HTTP URL generator. We say use value, and we say HTTP genmark. Next one is provide logger we say use value logger mark mark and provide this user service. I'll say use value user service. No, user mark. Wait, apologies. Cool. Let's format the document. See what that looks like. Cool. Yep. Should be fine. So let's have a look. I have no idea if this will work. The constructor might be complaining heavily, or will be complaining heavily. Let's save and see. Have a sip of coffee while we wait for this thing to compile, complete. Okay, so where did it fail? See. That's fine. So now we can go, we can say paste, save. This mocking of the object, especially if it gets called by a super method, it can be a bit hit and miss. Oh, still getting 4. So there might be something else that we haven't catered for. We'll see shortly. Collection resource, not a function. Fine. Be that way. So we add collection resource. And we say save. And we say wait. And we say it'll be done shortly. Getting a range error once again. Remember, if you get a range error, simple as hitting the refresh button. Has to take a couple of bashes. I'm just waiting to see 3 there, and we're still not seeing 3. Please be so kind as to let me know what I'm missing. Or maybe I should just go and look at the HTML generator. Cannot read subscribe. Okay, I know this one. So the problem here is the fact that in the constructor we're using get profile and we're returning we are returning a observable, but the mocked object gets the profile but is not returning anything. So to resolve that, we say user mock dot get profile $, we say and we set a return value, which we will say is of, which creates an observable for us, and then we say profile, which is get active budget, and that's seemingly it. So we return an object that has an active budget, and we say the active budget ID is 67890, and that one is just because cannot find the name. Oof, wrong one. And we import and that should solve that. Let's hope for 3. Hope for 3. Come on, 3. We need to see 3. Yes! We got 3. So, the next thing we need to do then is check which is the next one. And I think this will be as simple as budget data service, category data service, user data service should be created. So, from what we've just learned, we can actually state that we close this, we look at this, we should be able to copy these objects and put them, because if I'm not mistaken, and we look at those ones, we look at those ones, it's DB client generator logger service. DB client generator logger user service. DB client generator logger user service. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to see how fast I can do this, and accurately, of course, and copy and paste that over to this. So let's go. First off, copy these items, and we go there and we say paste. Then we go here and we say copy, and that's in the before each. So then we want to do this. Paste that. There. Save that. Then we gotta go and say okay. And then we just include that one. Good. See, that's the Selenium WebDriver /HTTP one that normally gets me. Data, and that's from there, and that's it. Should be it. Cool. Save. Budget service. Bring that down to 2 processes. It's silent now. Did it run? Not yet. Okay, what's going on here? Cannot find ID name of. Oh! You see, just when you think you got it, you don't got it. Now, let's have a look. Before I move away from this screen, let's just. Okay, it started. Okay, sweet. Hey, we got 2. So we're on the right there. We are on the right track. A friend of mine actually said that I have a Southern Texas accent. I don't know what that's about. But I want to see. You know what? We can actually just, from here, say copy. Copy, and then in here we just say paste. And I'm gonna do it quickly here before I lose the copy, and say paste. We're gonna remove that one, and we're gonna add this one. Gonna add that. Gonna add that. Gonna add that. That and that. That should be fine. Now we're gonna do the same here. On that one, builds and tests, we can add these ones. And we can say add Angular Fire, we can Angular Common, NgRx-Data. Done, done, and done. Okay, so hey, see? We were on the right track. Much quicker. Whole section. Then we save this one. This part was actually a bit extra from what I did yesterday, or the day before, where I actually got stuck in and tried to solve this whole unit testing issue that we have. Okay, so not that one. Range error. Refresh. Again. Again. There we go. What an odd thing to have happening. Let's start the first cross on this side. Could not destructure property. Okay, so if you remember at the beginning of the stream, we got the same issue on the budget service. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna go and look at the budgets, the budget service spec, and I'm gonna be copying this over, copy, and we're gonna go to the transactions, to the transaction service spec, and this is where we were last time. So I'm just gonna tweak this a wee bit. Say no, what happened? Why is it doing this? Change paste. I'm gonna stick to that name because it's already been defined. I'm gonna copy. I'm gonna say paste, and then this is gonna be const. Yes, because we're not changing it anywhere, so that's fine. And then this, we're gonna actually say provide entity and use value, and that's service element factory mark close, and that should be correct. Previously it was dispatcher null. Now it won't be null. That's everything there. Let's go back to service, this one, checking. Providers. There it is. Okay, so we should be good. I'm gonna hit the save button. Press the save keys on the keyboard. You really want to get down to... Oh! Who? Are we done? Are we done? Yes! Success! We have now solved the issues. 1 hour. Yesterday. The day before. Been a lot more time on that. About 3 hours trying to figure out exactly. Reading the source code. Going through everything. Just making sure that if I do it this way, that it's an acceptable way to do it. It's the way that I found that works, so acceptable or not, that's what's happening. Awesome. Now what we can do is we can only 8 changes. Oh, yeah, okay, cool. So we say fix. We can add a scope, but I'm not. Say NgRx-data marks complete. Added the correct mark objects to successfully run the unit test. That's not an issue as far as I'm aware, so we're going to add all those items. We're going to commit, pressing that button there. Then we're going to push that to the repos, and let's have a look. Quickly going to log into my GitHub account. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I like David East. Follow him quite often. Oh, look at his stuff quite a bit. And then we say compare and create pull tag, pull request. Check mergeability. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna say FIX unit tests. Say all the unit tests that were failing. Commit, create pull request. Okay. Dude, we're gonna check. So what I did was I actually implemented Travis because I wanted an automated testing platform. Travis is quite cool. It allows you to set up a CI environment, and I haven't had any complaints as yet to it. So let's go see if I can. This is most probably killing my most probably it failed. What? No, it didn't fail. It's still busy. Oh, that's the current state of it. It's actually failing. Ugh. So that's fine. So node version, npm version. We maybe need to bump this there's a way that you can actually deploy to Firebase, your Firebase environment. But maybe we'll have a look at in another episode or another stream how and when we can do that. I just want to see. So it failed, as you can see. Why? I think I need to go and see as well. Watch roles. Okay. So I need to go update the Travis.yaml file. No problem. So let's do that. Travis, we want you. Then we go say 10.15.3, if I'm not mistaken. Save that. FIX JP node based on Travis YAML. So we go there, and we look at what's this? Updated that, because that one was failing. So that was the first commit, second commit, this is the commit that we just did. Another build queued. Pull request received. In the queue. We're not rushing, it seems. So that's correct. Man, these metrics can sometimes be so cool. Added 204 lines, removed 60. Setting up build cache. So this is where you normally get up and the boss comes around and says, hey, why aren't you working? And then you say, building on pre-live, or Travis is building. Building what? The code before we can merge and release the thing. Coffee is not a bad idea. Okay. It will be funny to watch this back at a later stage. A lot of touching the face, a lot of funny noises, a lot of itchy faciness. Maybe I should add some powder or get better lighting. I'm actually working on that. Yeah. Come on. Hey, here we go. What's this? Dum 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 dum. Done. Your build exited with 0. That means that this thing is green, it's open, it's mean, and we can merge. And we can confirm the merge. and it's merged into master, we know that it's actually testing not all of the code, most of the code, some of the code, but it's there, and that's what I'm gonna call done. Why is this thing not updating? It's not failing. We just saw it. Whoa. Okay. So now, apologies. What happened is, because we merged it, if I'm not mistaken, we should be seeing that it's running a new Travis CI build. So if we go to branches, and we see that master is actually building. These are the last couple of builds that were actually failing. This is quite nice. One build that passed. I need to prune these branches. Something that we can actually look at. It might be a good thing. I know that this branch is one of those that are failing. That's one that we added just to get the functionality out. And this is the one that is actually passing once again. So if we click on this, we get the job log. Awesome. I just want to see that showing up again as building fast. That for me would be cool. And we're gonna call it after that. I know the stream is a bit longer, about 15 minutes over our normal time. We may actually start looking at working in 2-hour sessions. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Is something that I should continue doing? Do you think it's helpful? Do you like the way that I am presenting this? Any and all critique is welcome. I really want to get better at this so that I can get better at being a developer and someone who teaches people things. So all these grand yes, it's passing. We have a passing project once again, and that's what I'm gonna call done. All right, so thanks again for joining. Thanks again for watching the stream. If you like this type of content, please remember to subscribe. I will be live streaming every Wednesday or Thursday, depending on how real life works. But please, if you like this video specifically, like, share, and we'll see each other later. Have a great day, everybody.